Hey mama, welcome back today. We are going to be talking about what is holding you back from rising to your full potential and keeping you from achieving those big, audacious dreams. Maybe that mom guilt is holding you back, or maybe you are afraid of what others will think of you, that fear of judgment or analysis paralysis. Listen, whatever is holding you back, we are going to smash through those beliefs today because you have permission to rise. Welcome to the More to Motherhood podcast. If you have a calling on your heart to play bigger, to impact more people with your business, mission, or the team that you've created, but you can't seem to get there, then this is the perfect podcast for you. Together, we will rise by smashing the glass ceilings and stepping into our greatest potential. Hi, I'm Kristen, busy wife and mama of 3, top 1% network marketer, and your new sassy best friend. I believe that as a busy mom boss, you have what it takes inside of you to be an incredible mom and an empowered businesswoman. If you're ready to do the work, I'm ready to be your BFF and mentor you on this journey to help you create your 6-figure side hustle and beyond. It's time to uncover the more inside of your motherhood. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, drum roll. Before we get started with episode 2, I am actively beginning to plan my signature course that we are working on. Come get on the wait list and DM me and tell me what do you need in this course to help you up-level your business. All the things. Find me on Instagram at More to Motherhood and get on the wait list, bit.ly/More to Motherhood method. I'll put the link in the show notes. This course will be giving you all the tactical how-tos as a busy mompreneur, the marketing, messaging, and intentional motherhood, because you can be an amazing mom and empowered businesswoman. So get on that wait list and don't miss out on all those juicy details. bit.ly/More to Motherhood. Now let's dive into today's episode for episode 2. Welcome to episode 2, calling all mompreneurs, mom bosses, and stay-at-home moms. Do you need permission to rise? So in today's episode 2, we're going to discuss what does it even mean to rise and what is holding you back. And I want you to really take inventory of yourself as you're listening to this episode, because we are going to dive into all the things and smash those limiting beliefs. So what does it even mean to rise? Maybe it means that you want to rise. You have this calling on your heart to do something, but you're not exactly sure what it is. You have this gut feeling like you're made for more, that there's more to something than you're already doing, right? So that's what it means to rise. Or maybe it means that you are being called to rise to be the best mom you can be, or rise to that promotion, or up level your business, right? You have this business on your heart, but you're not scaling, you're not growing. So today we're going to identify what is holding you back to give you that permission to rise, to give you that permission to take your business, your dreams, your life to the next level. And I truly believe that with this podcast episode, you are going to be able to identify some of those things that are holding you back. So maybe it's the mom guilt holding you back. Do you feel like maybe you can't take a step forward in your business or your dream because you feel guilty? I know that so many moms, and myself included, I have been there. I felt like I don't even have time in the day to make everything work, and then I'm going to add something else for me. I'm going to try to build this business and take away time from my family or my children. Like, mom guilt is real, but there is a way that we can build a business and not take away time from our children, but rather inspire them and show them that we as moms can be anything that we want to be still. It doesn't matter how old you are. So take that time. My kids love seeing me hit goals, and they say that mommy got a bonus or mommy did this, and they see that I'm so happy and passionate about what I'm doing that's inspiring them. That's teaching them to go after their goals and dreams. And if we as parents hold ourselves back, I feel like we're not setting that example that we want to set for our children, right? So try to switch your mentality a little bit too when you have this mom guilt, because honestly, we are better moms. We are better businesswomen. We are better to our partners and everything in general, right? If mommy's not happy, ain't no one happy, right? So do this thing for you, because you are actually going to in turn become an even better mother, partner, friend when you are happy and living your life with passion, right? And going after your goals and dreams and not putting them on the back burner, because I know so often we do that as moms. But, maybe it's a combination of these things, right? Maybe it's this analysis paralysis, because I know that with this podcast, when I was thinking of launching this podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, so many things. I don't even know where to go or where to begin or what to do. And so, of course, I sought out the information and I just took one step at a time, but I took imperfect action. Y'all, this is all about growing and learning more about ourselves and taking imperfect action. This podcast might not be perfect, but I am loving showing up for you guys and sharing these tips and tools because I know that some of these things I wish I had, right? So don't get lost in analysis paralysis. Just take it one step at a time. You know, people say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we're just going to take it one step at a time and break it down so that it's not so overwhelming. You don't have to live in that space of overwhelm. But you do have to take a step forward and be willing to make mistakes and be willing to take that imperfect action. And again, we are demonstrating for our children that we are able to take imperfect action and show up and do things messily, but is that even a word, messily? Take messy, imperfect action so that we can go after our goals and dreams, right? It's not all about perfection. It's about the process of learning and development along the way. The other thing, maybe you have fear of success. I know that sounds crazy. And when people told me that they had fear of success, I was like, why would you be afraid of having success? It sounds so amazing, right? But fear of success can mean that you're not sure that you want to scale your business, right? Because that would mean that you would have to work more. But that is not necessarily the case, sister. You can have this successful, amazing business, be an amazing mom, and still not have to work more hours, or maybe you could even work less hours than what you're working now. So with fear of success, don't let that hold you back, because there are systems and tools and automation that we can provide for you so that you aren't constantly in that workaholic mode, or you don't have to feel like you're neglecting your family and friends and children to take your business to the next level. The other thing maybe is that maybe your spouse doesn't support you. And I have a story to share with y'all, because I'm going to be honest, my husband, when I first started this journey in network marketing, and then I decided to give it one last chance, my husband didn't support me initially either. Well, I shouldn't say that he didn't support me. He has always been supportive of me, but he wasn't sure that he wanted me to take this time out of my life to be able to build a business, because he saw how hard I worked at it and he didn't want me to get disappointed or hurt. So remember that when you feel like your spouse isn't being supportive, maybe it's just because they're trying to protect you. They don't understand what it means to be an entrepreneur sometimes, or have this calling on your heart. I know that my husband is an amazing man, but he loves his job and he likes going to work and he likes knowing what's going to happen. Me, I'm a risk taker. I like being an entrepreneur. I love doing different things and seeing what I can do to motivate, inspire, and become better, not only for myself, but create something that's mine, right? So just remember that maybe your spouse doesn't seem supportive, but it's just because that they don't understand the process. So don't let that hold you back. And honestly, because I'm a little competitive, that kind of fueled my fire to be like, okay, well, I'll show you that this is going to work, and game on, like, right? It's going to work and I'll show you. So I kind of use that as like a fuel for my inspiration, if you will, to show my husband that I could do this and I was going to be successful. And obviously he sees that now and he's super supportive and he's so glad that I went for it. But it's just because he didn't understand what this entrepreneurial journey meant for me, right? Or for our family at the time. So make sure you have that conversation too. The next thing I want to share, and this is a big one. So the next thing I want to share is fear of judgment. So are you afraid of being judged? Afraid of what others are going to think of you if you post about that business, or you decide to get your realtor license, or you quit your successful corporate exec job, right? Are you afraid of what others are going to think? People might say, oh my gosh, you're crazy for leaving that steady, awesome job that you have. You seem to have it all together. But remember, it's not only about the paycheck, and you can turn your passion and purpose into a paycheck, right? So yes, of course, we need money to survive and we need to make smart decisions, right? We're not just going to up and quit our job, without starting our business or giving it a chance, right? So just know that you don't have to worry about what others are going to think of you, because they're not going to pay your bills, right? So I want you to keep that in mind, because fear of judgment, I think, is one of the biggest limiting beliefs so many others have. And I think it's because it's been put in our heads that we need to go to college, get a degree, get a good paying job, and just go to work for the rest of our lives. And that's fine. But what about your hopes and dreams and your desire to impact and inspire people, right? Sometimes we have to take the path less taken. Sometimes we have to try something different and follow our hearts. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So I am basically calling BS on all of these limiting beliefs that we have, the mom guilt, analysis paralysis, fear of success. You may not have a supportive spouse. Maybe you're worried about what others are going to think of you. But sister friend, you do not need anyone else's permission to rise. You have permission to rise. It's in your heart. You have this calling. You have permission to rise. You don't need anyone else's permission but your own. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is to take inventory of these perceived setbacks that you have. What is holding you back? Maybe it's one of these things. Maybe it's all of them. But what I want you to do, and I'm going to give you homework, is I want you to take inventory of what these setbacks are, what these limiting beliefs are that you have that are holding you back from rising. I want you to write it all down. And then I want you to create an I am statement, a positive affirmation, or more than one or two, that tell yourself a different story. Maybe you have mom guilt, but maybe you need to switch that around and say, I'm an amazing mom, and because I'm showing my children how I can pursue my dreams, I'm setting a good example for them, right? Turn it around and say, I am an amazing mother. I'm showing and inspiring my children, and I'm a trailblazer for my family. Okay, so I want you, that's your homework, is to take inventory on which of these perceived setbacks you have, which of these limiting beliefs you have, write them down, write your I am statement, and I would love for you to share them in our community, the More to Motherhood community. So now that we're wrapped up, I hope that this has helped you and inspired you. Don't forget to share your homework in the group. The link is bit.ly/more to motherhood. I'm so excited to see these, cheer you on, and of course, I'll be helping you and I'll be giving you tons of tools in the group on how to combat limiting beliefs, because I really believe that mindset is the first step to an amazing foundation to becoming an incredible mompreneur and an incredible and amazing mother. So don't forget, if you want permission to rise and scaling your business with the framework that is created step by step just for you, mama, to grow and scale your business, then don't forget to get on the wait list. It's going to be for working moms just like you, the More to Motherhood method that will really help you grow your business and go next level. And so that link for the wait list is bit.ly/more to motherhood method. And I can't wait to see you on the wait list and give you all the juicy details. Don't miss out. Hey mama, real quick before you go, if this episode helped you in some way, or you got value or learned something new from today's episode, or you just feel more inspired right now, the number one way that you can thank me is to leave me a 5-star written review. That is the number one thing I ask for showing up for you guys each week, is a quick written review right over on the Apple Podcast app. I'd be so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Just know that you can create the life of your dreams and turn your passion and purpose into your paycheck. Until next time, mama, don't forget, you are called for more.